back to Legend, the comic motherfucking show. And we live tonight on the late night with a special edition podcast for the people that's up around the motherfucking world that ain't doing nothing with their life. Twitch streamer Kai Cenat giveaway sparks a riot in New York City. Now we wonder why. Now this was a giveaway. Now this was supposed to be a giveaway of 5 PlayStation 5 game system to the youth. This was supposed to be an event where the kids were supposed to come together, enjoy themselves, get prizes, and realize that in America, you can make it by being on the internet doing something positive, making people laugh, entertaining people. This was supposed to give kids inspiration that's sitting at home, that's maybe gonna go out and grab a gun and do some dumb shit. Some different motivation. Let them know that they don't have to be out on the streets to get a big old bag of money. You don't have to shoot up the block to get a big old bag of money. Kai was setting the trend. He was trying to do something special, and it all came down and ended up in a fucked up situation. How about that? Why sometimes in life when you're trying to do something special, some negative always come? But you know what? When that happens in life, you got to know to stay positive no matter what. That's right. No matter what's going on, if you trying to do something positive, that's how you got to remain and keep this shit going. You can't have no ignorant shit going on. That's just what it is. Now, in the midst of this monumental event done by a YouTuber that started in his bedroom with a computer and now is known around the world, has ended up with this man being in jail. And I don't like that. I don't like it at all. I don't like it. Now let's break it down. Thousands of people descended on the Manhattan Park after Kai Cenat, a popular YouTube and Twitch streamer, promised to hand out free game consoles. A popular social media faced the charge of inciting a riot when an event at a Manhattan Union Square Park where he planned to give away video games descended into a mayhem, drawing a crowd estimated at several thousand young people. Now if you gonna, come on, America, you know if you gonna give away something in the world, and it's to kids, especially with all the poverty and shit going on now, you know people are gonna take something that's free. If it's free, sign me up. Anytime something free, you know people gonna gather up like a motherfucker. Shit can happen. Stop thinking that every time somebody assemble a meeting, or an announcement or a giveaway, that they starting something negative. This is what pisses me off about this story. This is why I'm up late tonight giving y'all a special edition show to let you know that sometimes when you're doing something positive, if it goes bad, don't feel bad. Know that you was giving it your all and know that you meant well. And guess what? Try again. Look at what went wrong so the next time it don't go wrong. Now, in addition to the riot count, the live stream, Kai Cenat III was expected to be charged with unlawful assembly and potentially other crimes. Jeffrey Madry, the police department chief of department, said at a news conference. Now this is what pisses me off. Now we got real crime going on in the world. Robberies, killings, muggings, car break-ins, theft. We even got the government allowing company to put poison in our food and put it in the stores for us to buy and sell us legal death. And they don't say nothing about that. They don't get charged. These companies don't get charged when they put poison in the food to sell us. But you get charged for a crime because you was trying to do something positive. And the people that you tried to do something positive got out of control. That ain't in your control. But this is the world that we living in. This is the time that we living in. God damn it. It don't make no sense. Now let me finish reading this story now. The episode, which began after 3 p.m., was effectively over by 6, resulting in 65 arrests, half of them juveniles. Injuries to officers and some of those in the crowd, damage to food carts, police vehicles, and stores, officials said. Now you know what I think happened? This what happened. When these people came for this event, even though it wasn't organized, now that's the only thing that Kai did wrong, but he didn't do wrong. Because a lot of times, if there was a white YouTuber, let's just be real, this probably wouldn't have happened. Because the crowd that would have came would have been laid back, young Caucasians, a few black people, and their mentality wouldn't have been to act such a fucking fool. But by this being a black YouTuber, you got a mix of young, laid-back kids, you know, who's parented it right, governed right, you know, with good leadership in the household. Then you got a few of them that's gangsters and from the streets, that's fans of Kai too. So this was a blend of different young age groups and personalities blending together. So you can't let the bad mentalities fuck it up for the good and put everybody in the box. And this is what they did with this situation. They have had plenty big old large groups of people assemble for a function and it get out of hand. That's just, it's called life. We can't control what another human being, you know, feel and what they might do. So they trying to say that it took them a while to get this under control. A lot of young people got hurt. And said, speaking against the backdrop of a trash-littered plaza at one or two news conferences held at the park had been cleared. Mr. Cenat and another streamer had announced plans to hand out PlayStation 5 consoles at the park at 4 p.m. The two are members of the streaming group AMP, which has legions of fans on YouTube and the streaming site Twitch. Mr. Cenat's YouTube channel has more than 3.6 million followers. The event was spontaneous and came together without a city permit. Exactly, we know that. The post had went viral. But he still didn't have intentions for people to act a fool. That's just like a concert. If I throw a rap concert and people start jumping in the crowd and acting a fool and fighting, I didn't start that. People got in the heat of moment of enjoying themselves and just went too far. And that's what happens sometimes. Everything that happens that's crazy and out of control is not always people's fault. It's just, it boils down to this. When you get a group of people and the crowds of people, if something just happens to go wrong, shit's going to get out of hand. It don't matter if you're playing for it, if you're pre-playing. That's just what it is. Now, if you're pre-planned, you can't stop a lot of the aftermath of it. Don't get me wrong on that. But come on now, people. Stop. Stop the bullshit. Now, hordes of young people were soon packing the park and spilling onto the surrounding streets and sidewalks where they blocked cars. You hear that? And pedestrians. The popular Union Square Green Market shut down early. Subway trains began bypassing the Union Square station. Now, as 4 p.m. approached, the crowd grew reckless. The police department initiated a level 4 mobilization. This is what I think happened. Now, I love New York. It's one of my favorite cities. But sometimes the police in New York can be very disrespectful and smart-mouthed. They probably start saying disrespectful, unprofessional shit to certain people in the crowd. They start going back and forth, and the shit got out of hand. Instead of talking respectfully, trying to get some control, and I don't think this shit would have went that far. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you why I think they was being disrespectful. Because you had people walking around with shovels axes, and other tools of the construction trade. Yeah, and they had people lighting fireworks and tossing them towards the police. That's right. When the scheduled giveaway time came and went, the pandemonium increased. Water bottles, basketballs, a computer, and fireworks sailed through the crowd. One group of young people pushed back against the police officers carrying riot shields as they tried to make arrests. A knot of more than 200 people standing near a flagpole at the center of the park directed a vulgar chant at the police. Man, this shit was a motherfucker. If you see how they was beating these people up, how these police got scratches and scars on a lot of these people's faces, they really overdid it. Y'all didn't do that when they ran up and did all that shit that they trying to lock Donald Trump up for. When they stormed that building, okay, if that's the case, you should say that every security guard at the building that got stormed during the election was the security guard's fault because they didn't secure the building. You can't when a group of people decide to do something out the blue and you not expecting it, it's hard to stop that. And if you think it ain't, you done lost your motherfucking mind. So the moral of the story is, sometimes when you're trying to do something good, you can't satisfy everybody. People can't blame you for their motherfucking problems. You understand what I'm saying? They can't.